You know, one day I was smoking a little weed. I came up with this idea for a tattoo. And, how do you say this? I came up with this idea for a tattoo, but I also remember being in the shower. Oh, I'll get you some food in a minute. I remember being in the shower going, you know, the story of Jesus really sounds like an alien to me, okay? There was an artificial insemination, you know, a virgin birth. They're following, you know, a star in the sky, okay, or a spaceship, because there wasn't any verbiage for spaceship back then. The guy did miracles and wondrous things, and they couldn't kill him. And then where did he go? He went back to outer space. You know what I mean? So people go, well, why don't the aliens visit us? Well, because the last alien, okay, the creator of the fucking everything, sent his dude down here, and you put him on a cross, you crucified him. Do you know what I mean? Do you really think if there were aliens that you don't remember that shit? Do you know what I mean? You don't think that if there were aliens that they look at us and go, hey, these people they kill other people based on where their zip code is. They kill other people, they invade other countries based on their beliefs. They kill other people based on the riches that they have in their lands. They kill other people based on people not looking or believing the same shit that they believe. So why would they, and I don't believe in aliens anymore, why would they come? Why would you can't trust us? You can't trust us. We can't trust us. Do you think that they're gonna trust us? That we're not gonna pull some bullshit on them? And you know, I used to say this all the time, but the more I read the Bible and the more I read about the UFOs in the Bible, the scroll-shaped ones or cigar-shaped ones, you know, well, God doesn't talk about him making any benevolent beings our brothers from another planet. He talks about everything else that we need to know about. And I find it weird that he's brought up everything that we need to know, okay? But he never says, hey, you know, your brothers from Jupiter, you know, be nice to them when they come because they're probably going to visit you. You know, it's not in the Bible. So, and I'm telling you this, I used to go, quit being corny, because when you say aliens are demons, it's just a pussy ass thing that Christians say because they're afraid. But, you know, it's probably more true that they are evil fucking little creatures. Do you know what I mean? And things are starting to line up with, you see it in the media, Stephen Greer, Joe Rogan, the guy from Blink-182, the Vatican, like, they're saying that there's going to be a false invasion and that's going to usher in the New World Order. Now, I know that sounds crazy to people, but the Vatican has already said that it would rewrite the Bible to fit aliens in there, rewrite creation to fit aliens in there. I don't believe in, you know, like, I just know that things aren't getting better, okay? I know that everything is a charade. The government is a charade. This living in the United States is a charade. This Donald Trump, this Democrat versus Republican, it's all a charade. You know, like, you need to really focus on what is the truth, you know? Well, I can guarantee you that two rocks didn't collide in outer space and there was nothing. Now, you know, I tried to do it. I tried to go, how did we end up with fucking dolphins and butterflies and fucking cats, and we have this complex body with blood vessels and nerves and arteries and blood and plasma and a brain and all? Dude, it's impossible. It's fucking impossible. And then you visit places like the Pacific Coast Highway, you visit the Florida Keys, you go to Mexico, you go to Seattle, you go to Canada, you go to fucking the Bahamas, and you go, this isn't an accident. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't an accident. So, even if you don't want to believe in the Bible or whatever, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But you have to know that there's something bigger than us out there that made us. And I tell people this all the time. You know, people go, well, how do you, you know, get woke, or how do you get this higher level of consciousness that you seem to have, that you can talk about stuff? Because, you know, like, I talk to God about stuff, you know, like I pray about stuff. I want to know what happened that there's pyramids all over the place, but they don't talk about it. Well, here's what happened. The Egyptians obviously had the technology to build boats. You know what I mean? So I just tell people, like, if you come with a pure heart and you really want to know the written, now, it took me a while to figure all this stuff out. It didn't happen overnight, but if I really believe people, no matter what, if they're atheists, if they believe, I don't really care about any of that shit. You know, you're entitled to, you can do whatever you want. But I really believe that when your heart is lined up and it's in the right place, that you start to get the messages. You start to cosmically, spiritually get aligned, and, you know, it will be revealed to you. You know, I tell people, you know how many stupid alien videos I've watched thinking aliens were real? It's all part of the process, you know. I don't watch ancient alien shows. I don't listen to Joe Rogan. I don't listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson, because they're disinformation agents. Well, what do you mean by that? Because they believe in science, okay? And they have a theory of evolution. It's a theory. It's theoretical. It doesn't mean that it fucking happened. It's not scientific law that this is how this place was created. They know that. There's more of a chance that there's a creator than there is just two rocks colliding when there was nothing to collide. And it just happened to be magical, and there's unicorns and dolphins and fairies and shit now because of that. No, these people spread the anti-God message, and that's what they're doing. And these people know, okay? These people know that there's a creator, okay? They know this. They know we're not going to outer space. They know that we're not, that there wasn't fucking dinosaurs. And have you ever seen a real dinosaur in a museum? No, it's always the replica. Oh, we found that, yeah, the real one is, yeah, okay. Dude, the earth isn't that old. Do you know what I mean? Look at what they're doing to us. They're drugging us. No other nation has killed this many people with medicine ever in the history of the world. Okay, they give you your prescriptions, your fast food, your Dancing with the fucking Stars, and your fucking Joe Rogan podcast to be a little edgy, and you can talk about DMT and, you know, this, that, and the other, but really what they're just telling you is they're just distracting you. Okay, they're just distractions. You know, when you realize the World Trade Center was an inside job, when you realize we didn't go to the moon, when you realize that the earth isn't a fucking spinning ball, okay, that there's no such thing as gravity and it's pushing us down and it's so strong. So you're telling me if this was the side, here's the earth, okay, here's the earth, so you're telling me people are walking around like this in Australia? You're telling me that if the earth was spinning around, gravity's a theory too, it's not law. There's no gravitational gas, there's no organic compounds, there's no chemical makeup of it. It's just a thing that they say exists. It's really just buoyancy and density. So with all that being said, what are they hiding? Well, why would the earth be flat? Well, the earth was flat till the 1500s. Because it's in the Bible that the earth is flat. That's why they're so against the idea of the flat. Now, don't get me wrong. When I used to listen to this flat earth shit, I'd say, man, these people are smoking crack. You know what I mean? But when you look at it and go, well, in the 1500s, no one left in a rocket and looked down. When you look and go, man, there's no real pictures of Earth from space. There's nobody on the ISS floating around growing sunflower seeds. They never tell you, but they're going to risk their life. This is how much high theater this is. They're going to risk their life walking out of an airlock above India to tighten up a fucking lug nut. Come on. Where are all the satellites that they don't fall out of the fucking sky? These satellites were made in the 60s and 70s. How do you get them down? How come they don't crash into each other? Do you know what I mean? How come no one can go to Antarctica? How come Joe Rogan has a person on that said he went to Antarctica? The guy weighed 130 pounds and he supposedly pulled 300 pounds worth of gear in 54 days. And he walked across Antarctica when the map shows he just went like this, like 15 feet to the left and circled around to the right. When he has a paleontologist on saying, we don't fake dinosaurs. Well, yeah, you kind of do. Like, there's never been a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex, the entire fossil found and put in a fucking museum. People go, that's crazy. No, it's not. It's the fucking truth. There weren't Neanderthals. There weren't monkey fucking men. Like Cat Williams said, motherfucker, why are there still monkeys? Because they don't want you to think that you can pray. They don't want you to think that you can matter. They don't want you to think that you can talk to someone and he's going to listen to you. They want you to feel it's science and that's it. And it's not. It's not the truth. Do you know what I mean? 100% is not the truth. And I tried to go that route and I just could never get there. It's just too much craziness, Like this shit. These leaves and shit, this shit didn't happen on a fucking whim. You know what I mean? This shit isn't a fucking whim. So what does it all mean? It means that you better get your shit together and you better start learning how to treat each other and you better stop focusing on riches and being popular and just be a good person. You know what I mean? I don't know what else to tell you. The moon, JFK, they killed John Lennon, they killed Bob Marley, they kill people. If I was famous, they would tell me that you can't say this shit that you're saying, okay? You can't say this shit that you're saying. You're telling me the sun's 93 million miles away? How? We're spinning around and the universe is still expanding. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And we're discovering stuff. Listen, it's such a story that they call it the Goldilocks zone because it's a fucking fairy tale. Okay, you have to be asleep to believe the American dream. No one's going up into outer space and fucking mining asteroids. There's not a rover on Mars. This shit's all make-believe. Okay? The whole reason why they don't want you to believe all this about the earth is because the Vatican doesn't want you to fucking know that the earth is flat. In the 1500s, no one went up in outer space and said the Earth isn't flat anymore. We just figured it out. We went up in a rocket in the 1500s. No, they just said that shit and they made it the law. And that's just the way it is.